Thanks for tuning in and not going live. Please hit the subscribe button.
Bounce back from 0-2. So let's go. I'm gonna
Oh
say
yeah,
the teams that are 0-2.
I'll
I'm gonna let everybody know the teams 0-2.
yeah, I was about to
Even
say
the
I'll
viewers.
introduce it. So the question is, what team do you think are most likely to bounce back from 0-2?
Okay, so the teams that are 0-2 right now, so say them up. We got the
The
Patriots.
teams that matter.
Okay, I'm gonna say the teams that matter. The Patriots matter. I feel like the Bengals, the Chargers, the Broncos, and the Vikings.
So this is basically a Bengals, Vikings, Chargers question.
I feel like Patriots too. They made the playoffs last year.
I mean, no, they didn't make it. They didn't make it.
For real?
Yeah, they didn't make
All
it.
right, cut that out. Cut that out.
Nah. No disrespect to the Patriots.
They was close though. They was like damn near wild card. It was like the last.
They
It was like the
were
last
9-8.
spot.
They were 9-8, bro. They was never making the playoffs. They had the special teams.
What was the Ravens record last year? And they made it. They was 9-8 too, right?
They
I
might
feel
have
like
went.
it was
they
something
might have
sticky
went
like
10
that. It was
games.
like one of them two. But yeah, them the teams that I think. So basically, yeah, Bengals, Vikings, and Chargers. Who you got?
I'ma go with. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna go with the Chargers. And the reason why I think the Chargers, so I did have the Vikings winning the NFC North,
Kirk Cousins.
and they would probably be they probably would be number 2. But I'm gonna say the Chargers just because they played some good teams. So the Dolphins, I had the Dolphins winning, so I can't fault them for that. And the Titans, I said, like, they're just one of those annoying ass teams. If you playing around, like, you're susceptible to lose. But they have an automatic 4 wins in the division, and they play the Chiefs pretty well. So I do think they're going to bounce back. I don't know who else they have on their schedule. But it looks like they're playing. Is the AFC West playing the NFC North this year? I mean the AFC South. Yeah, they're playing the AFC South, which is they can win. They can beat all those teams. And then who's the NFC? Who's the NFC? What's the NFC division that they play this year?
Who you talking
AFC
about?
West.
The AFC West?
Is it the? It's not the NFC East. Oh, it's the NFC. Is it the NFC North?
I don't know. You smart with this shit. Let me see. You talking about the Charger division, right?
Yeah.
They play the Vikings and then.
They play the Vikings, the Lions, the Packers.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So their division's easy. They play the AFC South, which is another terrible division,
The Lions getting them out the way.
and then the NFC North, is not that great of a division. They're competitive, but I think out of those 3 teams, they'll they're most likely to come back because I don't even know if Joe Burrow's gonna make it out of the season. So because it sounds like a calf injury. I'm not a doctor, but a lot of times when people have calf injuries, they end up being Achilles injuries, and I'm not putting that on him, but I would hate to see that happen. Like, obviously, I want to see good football, but I just don't know if they can keep him healthy. So, yeah, I would go with the Chargers.
Okay. I don't think so. I think the Vikings. So the only reason I think the Vikings is because Austin Eckler's injury, there's still a big question mark on Austin Eckler. Like, they don't know his timeline of coming back.
Mm-hmm.
And
I didn't even know he was hurt.
Yeah, he's
what
down.
happened to him?
His ankle.
Damn.
And they don't have a timeline for him to come back. And he's their he's a touchdown machine. Like, everybody know that. He generates touchdowns. So, and their schedule's a little bit harder than the Vikings. They also play each other this Sunday. The Vikings play the Chargers. So who's gonna come out not 0-2? Who's gonna be 0-3?
Yeah.
And I think the Vikings are gonna beat the Chargers.
What time do they play?
I think 4:25. No, they play at 1. They play at 1.
Oh shit! Because they gotta play Kirk Cousins. 1:00 game. Oh man.
But yeah, so I'm thinking about I like the Vikings to beat the Chargers that week, so I think the Chargers will go 0-3. But I think Jettas is Jettas. But Kirk just has to be consistent and control the ball. You can't win games if you're generating turnovers and not getting your best player in the end zone. They also need to have. They need to. I don't know if I don't know if I'm saying his last name right. Madison. Am I saying it right?
Madison.
He just has some big shoes to fill. Dalvin Cook was Dalvin Cook there.
They was on his ass.
Madison.
Yeah, it's so crazy because Madison was that guy that when Dalvin Cook went down,
It was him.
like, yeah.
So that's the thing. He was always good as when Cook was injured, he would always be good. But whenever he would start, he would never be a good starter.
Yeah.
So he has some big shoes to fill, but that's another question mark. With they haven't had a good run game to fall back on. But yeah, I think the Vikings, bro. That connection between Kirk and Jettas is a little too cheesy when it clicks. Like it's a little too cheesy. And Hawkinson,
Yeah,
is a top tight end.
That's another thing. That's what I'm saying though. Like, what you gotta realize is a lot of these top receivers, they're in that Shanahan system. Like O'Connell, that was our offensive coordinator. So they're not just gonna tell their star receiver just go out and be great. We're gonna make it easy for you too.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jetta's when they played the was it last Thursday? He bringing him in motion across the formation, and you can't get no jam on him. You're cooked.
Yeah.
Like you can't even guard him. He moving around everywhere. He playing outside. He playing in slot. So
Yeah.
nah, that would.
No, Eckler is scary for the Chargers.
Yeah, the only reason though I would say that I wouldn't put the Vikings off of over the Chargers too though is because if you look at the rest of the division, I still am not sure if the Vikings are the best in their division.
Oh, let me tell you some of their games they play. Let me tell you some of the teams they play.
But the thing is, I can definitely say that the Chargers are at least the second best in their division.
I feel that.
The Vikings aren't definitely better than the Packers. Definitely better than the
But
Lions.
also, we got to think about it. Both the Vikings game they just lost have been close games. Also, they should have busted the Buccaneers, but they also only lost by 3, and they gave the Eagles bump. Like they did give the Eagles bump, and then they play the Panthers and the Bears, the Packers and the Falcons, all within the next 6 games.
They could bounce back.
Like all within the next 6 games, they played 4 of them teams.
They could bounce back. We're gonna see what happens Sunday.
So I like the Vikings coming back from 0-2.